Hi, this is Scott Sefner. I'm here with the head coach of the Sully Buttes cross country team, Mary C. How has the team done up to this point in the season?
Well, I think the team has done very well. We 2 weeks ago we won the YTC, both boys and girls, team championships, which was a big surprise to all of us. We weren't really expecting that, but it was really kind of cool to have that done, have both teams win. The boys were on a three-peat, so the third year in a row, that was kind of cool. And you know, we just got done with regions, and the girls are headed to state this week, and we're just gonna run like the wind.
Who has made some of the most/best improvements in the season as it goes on?
I would have to say that Hannah Weinheimer has really come along well. She's cut down on a lot of time. She's trying to stay up there with running with her cousin Gracie, and that's what we need her to do if she wants to medal this weekend. On the boys' side, I think Lance Guthmiller from last year to this year has made a great big improvement. He's really ran well, and I see him, you know, running well at state. I'm hoping he can run hard enough to get a medal, but we'll just have to wait and see.
How has your training changed as you've gotten closer to the region and state during this postseason?
Well, we like to run hard after our meets and then slack off before our meets. So like now we're heading into the state tournament this weekend, the state cross country meet this weekend, that we've scaled it back quite a bit in the last couple of days for the kids, because we want their legs to be as fresh as possible when they're running.
What has been the most fun about coaching this year's team?
They are a diverse group of kids. They're sometimes naughty, sometimes nice. They just like to have a lot of fun, and they work hard. I mean, every time I've asked them to do something, they've stepped up and they've done it. And you know, they're just a good group of kids. I really had a lot of fun this year.
How do you motivate your team to go out and run hard at each meet?
I would have to say I can motivate them by running with them during practice. The thing is you got to beat the coach. If you can't beat the coach, you better step it up and beat the coach, because the coach is slow, and that's the minimum distance you have to get.
What's something you tell your runners a lot when they're about to run at a meet?
What do I tell them? Well, I tell them,
pump them up or whatever.
I tell them that they can do it. I mean, I do this in track, I do it in cross country. I tell the kids they can do it. They've got the training. They are, you know, they know what to do. They know that they just have to get out there and run and give it everything they got. And I believe in them, and if I can believe in them, then I hope that translates to them believing in themselves.
How many kids went out for cross country this year?
I started out with 9, and then I added 3 more girls in the last few weeks of the season, and then a boy here and there. So we had 13 kids come out for the whole cross country season.
How happy were you with the boys and girls team's performances at the conference meet and at the region?
Oh, I have to say that was probably the biggest surprise that I've ever had. When the girls won, I said this was the best day ever. And then when the boys won, I said no, it was really the best day ever. I've never had that before. I mean, coaching prior to when we started the program up again, and it was an incredible day. And the girls to have 2 of our girls in the region run 2 meets, that's their second meet, and then the girls can qualify for state, it's totally unheard of. I mean, it was so awesome. I feel really good for the girls, and I hope they run well at state.
How healthy is your team coming into this weekend at the state cross country meet?
I would have to say we're very healthy. Our top runners are very healthy. They're in shape. They're ready to go. They just want to get there and see the course and see what we can do.
How did you try and motivate your teams to run hard in meets and in practice?
Well, running hard in practice that's the hardest thing, because when you go to a meet, you've got adrenaline pumping and you're running against the best of the best, and it's easier to run better and harder. But in practice, sometimes you don't feel like you want to run, so you don't really run very hard. And you know, like I said, you got to run with the coach. If you can't run with the coach, you got to step it up. And so most of the time the kids, they run hard in practice, and I ask them every day how they're feeling so that I can adjust practice accordingly, because I don't need anybody hurt.
What's your favorite moment of being the cross country coach at Sully Buttes?
My favorite moment.
Glory Road.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think when we started this program up back in 2013, the best thing that had happened was our boys winning the region. And I think that set the stage for what's happened in the last 2 years with our boys team and our girls team to be conference champions. Boys 3 years in a row, girls conference champion this year. The girls being third, tying for second in the region, but getting third place. I mean, I think that it's a testament to the kids who started this program back up again, and where we've gone and where we can continue to go.
What's it like being around such a great group of kids on this year's team?
I just look forward to practice. I look forward to meets. I look forward to being around these kids all the time. They're funny. They tell jokes. They do silly things. They get under my skin. I try to act mad, but it just doesn't work with them. And they're just a good group of kids, and I really hope that they all come out again next year, because I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Okay, how long have you been coaching cross country?
Oh my goodness. I started back in 2005, I believe, or 4. And then we ran up until 2010, and then we started again in 2013. So it's been a while. I don't know how many years.
Last but not least, how ready is your team for state this weekend in Sioux Falls?
We are so ready. We want to get there as soon as we can, because we want to look at the course, because we've never ran on this course before, and I just look for good things from everybody. I mean, to better their times for whatever race they run this year. I look for the girls, especially Hannah and Gracie, to be medal winners, to be on that top 25 and be up on that podium. Lance, he just has to run outside of his little box, and maybe he can medal too. Who knows? You just never know, because there's so many kids at the state meet.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Very welcome.